Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 748 of January 2025, the month that will never end. I promise this not a podcast is absolutely about revenue, marketing, and selling, and not just a cry into the universe and despair about the collective ire that is sweeping the nation, if not the world. I promise. I promise. I promise. But first, I think that we need to start with a collective what the actual fuck is happening right now. You know? Say it with me now, guys. What the fuck? Okay, we've gotten that out of the way. If you're listening to this, keep listening. There's a whole point to this. But I just want to acknowledge, I want to normalize and call out that the majority of people I've spoken to are feeling this way. It's really interesting to be on vendor calls and going into meetings and to have it come up. And I don't know if it comes up because I feel like a safe space and people can tell me what they're thinking. I've always been that way, by the way. In high school, I was not, you can probably imagine, I was not a popular girl. I was actually one of those emo scene kids. I had really short curly hair and straight bangs and way too much eyeliner. And I wore tiny Taking Back Sunday shirts with my Delia's jeans and my belt on sideways from Hot Topic. But anyways, the cheerleaders, all of the popular girls, they told me all of their secrets. I think that people just know I'm not judgmental. So maybe that's what's happening in business land. People are in business conversations and then they see me and they're like, oh, I can take this mask off for a minute. Can we talk about what is going on right now? And that's fine because I'm always down to talk about anything. And yeah, it's just been coming up a lot. And so I felt called today to jump on and tell you guys, first of all, you're not alone. We're all sitting here logging into Slack, balancing two things being true at the same time. One, that it's kind of crazy out there. And also we have a job to do. And so that's what I wanted to actually talk about today is the job that we have to do. But what do we do with this? Honestly, I'm going to use the word again, cognitive dissonance right now. Here's where the friction is coming in, I think, for me. I see lots of people posting on LinkedIn, and sometimes it feels like the Twilight Zone. This thing just happened out in the universe. The world is on fire. There are airplanes full of people going places. There's a lot happening, and then we're over here and then I optimized my outbound channel, and I had 10x pipeline results in second half of the year. And it's really? It's just kind of exhausting. No shade to the people who are successfully compartmentalizing. The world does continue. And so this isn't a judgment on that. It's more of a judgment on, it's not even a judgment. What am I trying to say? I normally try to do these as one take wonders, but I'm having a hard time finding my words. I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel an internal conflict between business as usual and existing in the context, right? And so for me, it feels very challenging to build marketing campaigns, to build emails, to build demand gen messaging that's just business as usual, buy our product and life will be better. Because, our product is absolutely going to make your pipeline situation better, but, we tend to use big words that promise limitless potential, groundbreaking opportunities, revolutionizing your pipeline. Words that feel very hollow in the context we're living in. So for marketers and sellers who feel the same way that I'm feeling, here is what I think successful brands are going to start doing, and also what is going to feel more in alignment and more part of our integrity. And that is leaning on emotions in marketing and selling that are supportive to the audience. Okay, bet you didn't think I was going to go here, but let's go back to marketing and selling 101. A buying decision at the end of the day is an emotional decision. That's why we use things like hostage negotiation tools, psychological manipulation, weird logical arguments to entice people. We're using FOMO, we're using urgency, we're using all of these big spike emotions to get people to take action. And right now, that feels wrong, right? I don't think that we need to be putting more anxiety, more fear out into the ether to try to trigger people to act, because I think that our collective nervous systems are on the end of overwhelm, right? And most of us have done a really great job of like compartmentalizing that outside of our personal lives so we can see what's going on in the world and not be hella overwhelmed when we show up at the office. But I think that it's all going to start coming together soon. I don't just think that, I know that to be true based on the people that open up to me. And so when I'm thinking about marketing and selling and how I'm developing campaigns and how I'm creating messaging and how I'm coaching folks to communicate, I'm thinking about the emotions that people need to experience right now. I'm using like very generalized language, so like don't come at me for that logical fallacy. Everyone is different. Maybe some people are really thriving in this climate, and that's on you. But I think a lot of people need to feel safe. They need to feel supported. They need to feel certain. Some other emotions that I've identified that I've written down: confident, light, fun, easy. Right now, a collective energy is like harsh, urgent, scary. What is that movie quote? Our pets' heads are falling off. I've never seen that movie, but I had a boss who used to yell that a lot. It feels like that's what's happening right now. And I don't want to add to that dialect, In my professional career, I don't want to add to that narrative. I want to make people feel confident in their decision to adopt my technology. I want them to feel certain in the outcomes. I want them to feel like they are making a choice at the end of the day that is safe and that they will be supported in the implementation. And I want them to walk away from an engagement with my stuff feeling light and fun. I want it to feel just like easy and like at an exact contrast from what's going on and like the collective dis-ease that folks are feeling. And I think that's just like a very different energy than marketing and selling tends to have. The FOMO, the do more with less, the buy now, the all of your competitors are 10 years ahead of you and you need to catch up. If you're not first, you're last. Like that type of messaging that has driven people to buy and driven people to act. I don't think it's adding. I think it's subtracting. And for me to continue to invest my sweet little human energy in this field of work, I need to feel like I'm doing something to better the vibes, as silly as that sounds. So, this may just be a recording of me talking to myself about how I sleep at night, but based on what I've seen and what I've felt and what I'm hearing, I know I'm not alone in this. So I hope you all have a beautiful week. I hope that January does end for all of us. I hope that spring comes soon. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, and you're rolling into fall, that's a beautiful season too. I'm really excited about what's coming with Orem. We have some amazing experiences coming up. We are doing what I want to see more of in the world, and it feels really, really good and really aligned to be able to do that. And so I'm just grateful for all of those things. Remember, two things can be true at once.